type. I love it, and thought I'd do a quick video to kind of illustrate some of the good things, some of the bad things about the car, and just hopefully answer some of the questions. I've been getting a few on Instagram, mainly about what's it like compared to the AMG, so hopefully this answers a few questions. So number one thing I like about it, the noise when it starts. I don't think I'm going to get bored of that. That is just the most awesome thing I've heard in a long time, especially when it's super cold, and it just puts a smile to my face every time. The only problem is I do live in a housing estate at the moment, and the neighbours don't like it. I've already had one of my neighbours say, any chance you could put some kind of muffler on it? That's a little bit loud, I'm not sure I'm into that. It was kind of said in jest, not actually going to do anything about that. We're going soon anyway, and I did tell him that. Number one good thing is I absolutely love the noise on starter. Something I don't like is, and this has been said before actually on one of Sam Seen Through Glasses videos, when he had his, the visibility when you get to something like a set of traffic lights, you can't see a lot. Being quite a tall person, being in the kind of top 95%, I'd say, it's really hard to see anything above here. And I end up just doing this to look at the traffic lights. Sometimes you can see through the pano roof, which is quite handy, but not very easily. So I guess that's one negative thing about it I've got to kind of deal with, I guess. The seat is as low down as I can get it. So, not a showstopper by any means, but just a little bit irritating to do this all the time. So another good thing about this car, compared to the AMG, is the gear shifters. They are so quick. It is so instant. It just bangs every gear through the box. And it doesn't miss a gear. The AMG, every now and then, I'd go for a gear and it would just ignore me. Thankfully it was on downshift, so it wasn't a case of I'm desperate for a higher gear and it would just redline or bounce off the limiter. I'd go for a downshift and it would just say, nah, no thanks. This, every single time, on it, doesn't miss a beat. And the good thing is, you can use the gear shifter as well, and it seems like the right direction. Push forward for down, back for up. The AMG was kind of left for up and left for down, right for up, and it was just the weirdest thing. Couldn't get to grips with that. This is much better, and the gear shifts on this are just awesome. So absolutely thrilled with that. One negative, there aren't many negatives, and these are niggly bits. I tried so hard to find negative points that I could put in this video, and I really struggled. But one negative point is the side skirts. It's got this particular spec has got these massive side skirts. They're like shells. They just get covered in dust and grit so easily. I can wash it and get them completely sparkling, and half an hour of rain or a 10-minute drive down the road and they're like a shelf for dust. They're just a bit of a nightmare. I think you can probably spec it without them. I should imagine the V6 or some of the small engine ones don't have these. They do look brilliant, but they are an absolute to keep clean. Thankfully it's ceramic coated. They do rinse off very quick, but it's just a bit of a shame. But again, a little niggle, a tiny little niggle, nothing that's a showstopper really. Another positive, could not talk about this car without talking about the pops and crackles. I mean, listen to this thing. Listen. I mean, I think Jaguar Land Rover were the front runners really in the whole human intervention pops and crackles. I know you've got classics that do it on the overrun, but when you've got engines that are just so well tuned and injection systems that don't throw in fuel that you don't use because of economy, you have to intervene sometimes to get noises like this, and Jaguar have nailed it. They really have. I know AMG do this now, Audi do it now, people are really starting to follow suit, but think think I'm right in saying Jaguar were one of the first, and it just puts a smile on your face every single time. Is you can just turn them on and off. You know, if you're feeling like you just need to bang it into comfort mode and chill out on the motorway, you press the button, it goes completely quiet, you can't hear anything in here, and it's just ideal. But if you're suddenly feeling a little bit asbo, you just press the button again and watch the heads turn, which they inevitably do. So onto a negative point. I do like to drive on the motorway with kind of my arms resting on something, and on the door it's perfect. This armrest is in the right place, I can hold the steering wheel like this, it's fine. This on the left is just too short, and I've got big long arms. They're not big at all, they're long, and it just seems to fall off. It's not quite there, and it's really annoying. I'm just on the cusp really of where it should be, and it's really irritating. So I end up doing this or doing this, and it's just a bit, I don't know, I'm being too picky. I struggled a bit, as I said, I struggled a lot actually to find anything negative about this car, and these are just little picky things that I can just deal with. They're not big deal really. Story that goes along with this car. When I still had the AMG, I kind of got to the point where I thought the next car is probably going to be an F-Type, and as you do, flicking through the Auto Trader, I say flicking, I was literally on the computer clicking through Auto Trader, and started looking at V8, V6, could I afford a V8, can I just about scrape in, and what's available, what specs are there. And I came across this car that was, well, for me, just perfect. And it's one of those cars that just sealed the deal for me. It was dark metallic blue, it had the wheels I wanted, and it had jet ivory interior with these kind of cream inserts, and I just thought, if I ever get an F-Type, that is the F-Type that I want. Well, fast forward a year, and I'm clicking through the Auto Trader, and lo and behold, this car comes up. Dark metallic blue, the wheels I wanted, jet ivory interior, and I just thought, I've got to do this. That's the car I've always wanted. And I phoned up, and they said, how on earth have you phoned up so quickly? I have only just pressed the button to advertise this car on the internet. And I said, I've only just pressed the button to refresh the Auto Trader for the second time today, and this car pops up. They said they hadn't even balloted it yet. So I went along that Saturday to go and view it, and there it was in the sunshine. This colour absolutely sparkles in the sunshine. It's perfect. I didn't even have to go for a drive in it. I've driven one before, and I was sold there and then. So did the deal, a week later picked it up, and I can't believe how quickly it's happened. And as you've seen from the collection video, it was kind of bittersweet. Still loved the AMG, still do. Wish I could have kept them both, but you know, having seen this and dreamt about it and thought, if ever, and for this spec to just turn up like that, it was just a dream come true. I'm so pleased, and they've nailed it. Whoever the guy is that ordered this and had it for the 2 years and did 5,500 miles in it in 2 years, well done, because you know how to spec a car. This is just what I've always wanted. So a bit of a negative again, I seem to be kind of flipping to and fro, and that is purposefully done. The infotainment system is quite slow, and again, having they've refreshed this now, and I actually had an XE not long ago with the refreshed version for a courtesy car, and it is a lot better. This is sluggish. You press the button and it thinks, okay, yeah, here we go, that's what you wanted. You turn the volume up and down, and it just sort of goes, okay, yeah, give me 5 minutes, I'll be right with you. And it's just a little bit sluggish. But is it the end of the world? I think out of the things I've talked about so far, that's probably the most irritating. Again, it's not a showstopper. There are so many good things about this car. The looks you get when you drive past, the noises it makes, the comfort, the fact that they've nailed it with the shape of it. It's just perfect. That little thing, you know, it's not the end of the world really. It's not the sort of thing that would make me sell it anytime soon. This car's going to be around for quite a while. Yes, there's a list of cars that I want to own before I die. Yes, this will have to go before I get the next one in the list, but I'm going to be a long time before I get hold of this one. And another good thing, and this is something I didn't even realise Jaguar did until I got it. Look at me looking underneath the bloody mirror. Didn't even realise Jag did this until I got it, but there's an app on your phone that will track everything about the car. Fuel, temperature, is it locked, where is it parked, what journeys has it done this day. So you stick it in the garage, no worrying anymore about, oh, they're going to take it for a drive up the road and use loads of petrol and rag the hell out of it. You can bloody see what they've done. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I could not be happier. Such a good idea. You can even start the car when you're nowhere near it and set the internal temperature to a predetermined temperature. So when you get to the car, it's the right temperature. It's perfect for what you want. What a good idea. What a good idea. So all in all, am I happy? Yeah, totally. Best thing I've ever done. I do miss the AMG, but this thing is just epic. And those little niggles, I'm not moaning, they're just little niggles. And the positives that come out of this car and the smile I get from driving this thing outweighs any of those. And I couldn't be happier. So I hope you enjoyed. Do let me know if you did. Please leave a comment if you want to know anything else, and please subscribe. And thanks for watching. Cheers.